Hey guys, I'm the C-Man235, and I'm going to be using this little mini rant as a way to test out this new phone I have for audio. Yeah, I know I probably should get an actual microphone and a headset and stuff, but what do I look like, a fucking professional? Anyway, I'm downloading a lot of PS1 and PS2 games off of the PlayStation 3 store. Downloading Crash 2, Crash 3, not Crash 1, because I hear that, the original version of Crash 1 is not great. I'm still gonna get it when I get more money, but not now. I got the Mega Man Legends duology, as well as the Misadventures of Tron Bond, because I actually got God Hand, which was made by Clover, I think it's Cloverworks. Cat is playing with that. You should not be playing with that. Let go of it. Let go of it. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. I'm sure the cat knows what he did and feels very bad about it. I'm getting Crash Team Racing and a whole slew of stuff, really. Anyway, I also got God Hand from Cloverworks, which was the studio that became Platinum Games. God Hand, I hear, is pretty good, and it's fucking expensive. It's like over $200. Now, why did I tell you all of this? Well, one, padding, and two, because Sony is closing the PlayStation 3 Online Store. And you know what? That makes sense. It's an older console, it's 2 generations behind. It's a good time to put it to rest. But there's a problem. See, it's not the closure of the store that I'm annoyed by. It's that rather than back up all of your back catalog, like all of the older games you have for sale digitally, rather than take all of those old-ass games and put them on the PS5 and PS4 for downloads. Because, let's be honest here, if you did that, like, a PS5 would sell even more. I know retro gaming is still pretty niche, but at the same time, it's getting bigger and bigger every day. So you think maybe, it's easy money, it's already done, so let's just rip those old games and put them on the store. That way, we don't really lose anything by losing PS Vita and PSP and all of that other stuff, We don't lose anything. But no, they're not going to do that. Because Sony, for some reason, thinks it's, I don't know, he thinks like, oh, why would you want to play those old-ass games? Why would you want to play that? Why would you want to play that? That's retarded. Why would you want to play that? That's stupid. You want to play our new stuff. It's shinier and stuff. It was like, I don't know if that's how they sound. I don't fucking care if that's how they sound. It's stupid. It's just, why? Why don't you just keep this shit on the PS5 store? That's something else I never understood. Nintendo did this too, which was stupid, but at least Nintendo, to me, has done a better job with it. Yeah, okay, sure, we have 3D All-Stars, which is dumb, but that was because of its limited release and its very low effort. But you see, that wouldn't have bothered me so much if it was, everything surrounding it was, yeah. But, at least they know how popular their older games are. And, they even have, they at least feel like they're trying, even if the way they're going about it is stupid and anti-consumer. Sony just doesn't want to do any of that shit for some reason. Sony also doesn't like to support crossplay. Yeah, I know they eventually did it, but they tried to advertise crossplay as a selling point, and Nintendo and Microsoft just fucking destroyed them in advertisements. And it's just one of those where it's just like, Sony, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you're also censoring games. You're also apparently, I hear you're censoring anime. I don't know if that's true. I could be wrong. Oh, look, all of my games are finished downloading. I don't know if any of this is true. All I do know is that you have been a shitty company, and as someone who is a large Sony pony, a Sony whatever you want to call me, I'm a huge Sony fan, But I can't really ignore how you guys have been acting lately, And am I alone in this? Am I the only one who thinks maybe they should just take the back catalog of games that will be gone forever, doomed to be stuck on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and be over $150 for a good copy with no manual and no case, or maybe like a bad GameStop case or whatever? Like, am I the only one who thinks this is stupid? I doubt I am, but, you know, just checking. It's stupid. So, you know, like, I don't know, I'm not one to start hashtags, but, you know, if you guys want to, like, take a hashtag, I don't know, save PS1 Classic, save PS2 Classic, save PS3 games, I don't know, just, like, I don't need the PS3 store to be back, you know. I know it's not going to stay forever. It's fleeting. This stuff is fleeting. The Wii U's eventually going to lose its store. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. You know, a lot of stuff is going to eventually wither away. But that doesn't mean the games that were on it have to. I just hope companies realize this. Alright, so this will be a good way for me to compare the audio, but I actually have a few things to add before I completely sign off. I was actually going to end it here, but it turns out there's some stuff I might have missed, and I feel it needs to be shared. First off, I didn't mention the PSP and PS Vita stores, and I honestly just forgot. I never owned any of the Sony handhelds, period. Now, I don't really care about those systems, which is why I didn't mention them, but at the same time, considering how many games, like, there's a lot of really good RPGs and RPG remakes, there's, I think, a remake of Final Fantasy IV on there, there's, like, a remake of Final Fantasy III, I'm pretty sure, they're Mega Man remakes, Powered Up and, Maverick Hunter X. Now, sure, we have physical versions of those games, but it's still nice to have the digital version just in case, and, you know, those games might eventually be lost to the sands of time. It's not as big of a deal as the PS3, but it's still a big deal, and I feel like getting rid of those is... You can still take those games and dump them onto the PS5, so, like, my point stands. Just do it for all of the stores, you know? Take their back... Especially if it's owned by Sony, there should be no issue for those. But on top of that, I also actually found this out. I think I heard something, or at least when I made the video, I thought I heard about something where, I believe it was Jim Ryan, some head of Sony. I'll put the details and the article in the description and on the video. One of the heads of Sony, I thought he said older games are, like, ugly and therefore, you know, nobody would want to play them. Turns out I was right. He did, in fact, say that, which is awful. Like, can't say his exact words because I forgot, but I know what he was trying to say. And again, you can read the interview yourself. I'm going to try and find it and link it below, or you could just look it up yourself. Either one's fine. If you don't trust me, you can look it up yourself. That is always an option. Anyway, essentially what he said was... well, you know, I know backwards compatibility is a heavily, like, requested feature, but, like, it's just barely used, you know? PS2 and PS1 games, when we look at them, they look terrible. Well, okay, just me interjecting here. One, no shit they look terrible. They're from older consoles. We don't expect them to be pretty. That's not the reason why we want them. And two... I'm sorry, if it's one of your most requested features, why don't you do something about it? But anyway, does anybody actually want to play these games? Yes, dipshit. Why do you think this thing is being requested? Now, I don't know if this is just his actual feelings, or if this just is dumb. Because to me, if you're the head of business, why would you say, oh, please, those games look terrible. You don't want them, even though you're the head of business and you're supposed to give us what we want, because we're paying you, and we're asking for a product that you have the power to provide. You know, it's just, you have the power to provide this product, and instead of maybe, like, letting us give you money for said product, you just say, oh, Oh, please, we'll just decide for you. Yeah, that's great. You know, this kind of shit, like, what gets me about this is that Nintendo and Sony don't seem to realize that this kind of shit encourages piracy. Because if you're not gonna have a product available to buy, either I get it from somebody that is selling it for $500, and you're not making a single cent of that, by the way, Sony, because it's used, or I could just emulate it. Which, you know, yeah, it's illegal, but how the fuck else am I supposed to do that? Or, like, how am I supposed to play something like Chibi Robo or God Hand without breaking bank? And, you know, a lot of games like Mega Man Legends and Mega Man Legends 2 dropped in price a lot because of the digital version. Of course, it wasn't perfect, but it still dropped in price. I remember those games went for over $1,000. Now they're down to $100. They're probably going to go back. Probably skyrocket even more. Because again, you're not going to be able to download them. Now, to be fair, Capcom might release a Mega Man Legends collection. They've been doing a pretty good job of backing up and getting a lot of Mega Man games on different consoles. So that's nice. Gotta hand it to them. But at the same time, like, why doesn't Sony do this with their older games? Why don't they reach out to other publishers to say, hey, because we're closing our store, we're gathering all of these games and we're going to re-release them on the PS5, you can get in on that and make money, you know? But no, they don't do this. Nintendo's bad with it too. Like, I said they're better than Sony, and I still think I'm right about that, but that doesn't mean they're good at it. It's just that they know backwards compatibility is important. It's just their way of going about it is stupid. Their Disney Vault mentality is so fucking stupid. Whereas with Sony, they just flat out refuse to do anything with it. It's just so stupid. There are plenty of people who have gone over game preservation as a topic and how important it is, so I'm not going to go into it too much here. I'm going to just end the video here. But still, it's ridiculous, and I really think gaming companies really should... They need to realize why people pirate games, right? They need to know that old games still matter to people, right? I know some companies they do. Microsoft does a great job. Why don't you copy them? Just a thought, Nintendo. Just a thought, Sony. Maybe you could do that. Might make you some easy money. Not that you would want it.